So the good news for the United States is we are not Japan, we're not Europe. The bad news is we seem to be going along the same path as those guys. This is a chart that Reggie showed already. This is the Case-Shiller Housing Index. You saw that big nice bubble there where we all made a lot of money. And it came crashing down, kind of bottomed out, started heading back up, probably related to the tax credit that was being handed out. Now the tax credit's gone away, and we're starting to tail off again. And given the economy, given the large number of houses that are in foreclosure, shadow inventory, the fact that a lot of areas the income and price ratio is still out of whack, expect that we're just going to keep slipping 2012 and beyond. This is the Moody's Commercial Property Index. Again, pretty steep drop. Commercial properties are down over 40% across the board. And the big deal here is that a lot of these loans are sitting on small regional banks' books, and they're coming due. They've been doing, extend and pretend up to this point, but at some point these loans have to be refinanced. And basically you have properties with no equity, you've got owners that have no money, you've got tenants who are hitting them up for price reductions. So it remains to be seen how all of these hundreds of billions of dollars worth of commercial property is going to get refinanced. Truth is, not all of them are, so there's probably going to be a lot more commercial REOs moving forward. So speaking of the banks, this table shows the number of U.S. banks that are on the FDIC problem bank list. It's 844. The number is staying stubbornly high, despite the fact that hundreds of banks have already been taken over by the FDIC. And again, 844 is more than 10% of the banks in the country, and this is the official list. So you can be sure there are a lot more that should be on the list. These banks have big problems. They've got the commercial exposure, they've got bad residential loans, they've got commercial debt. There's just huge problems out there. The big banks have exposure to Europe. So until we have a healthy banking system, it's going to be impossible for us to experience any kind of economic recovery. And unfortunately, that seems to be a long time off. You've got this note here at the bottom that Wall Street Journal reported Bank of America may be out of the list, and they're one of the big guys too big to fail. So that would be a huge deal. This chart shows the derivative exposure of the 4 largest banks in the country. This is right here, $230 trillion. That's almost 5 times the whole global economy. Derivatives are basically, they're like a contract. These are traded back and forth among various financial institutions. They're basically like a bet. I bet Greece is going to go down. You bet Greece is not going to go down. Good luck on that one. This last chart shows the unfunded liabilities. This is including Social Security, Medicare, commitments down the road. Again, here we are hanging out with the Europeans again. That's a bad group to be with. Ours over there in the gray, 500% of GDP. That's $75 trillion unfunded liabilities. You can see it's a huge problem. It's something that we have to address before the bond market addresses it for us. Hopefully our politicians will do something about it. Probably nothing will happen next year. We got election year. Obama's not going to turn the spigot off. He's going to keep spending. So hopefully 2013, start to address it, but I'm not completely optimistic.
Good point. That's good information, Mike. So for a lot of us in the real estate business, what does this mean to us?
Well, of course it means more foreclosures.